Hi, what's up? I'm Ace, and for this video, I'm covering an unfortunate ass show. Usually, I talk about shows or arcs I'm into, but like bro, this show is something. I'm gonna be going on about girlfriend or kanojo mo kanojo. So already off the rip, you can tell it's a degenerate show, and it's fine. I like and enjoy the genre, but even for a degen show, this shit's mid as fuck. And that's coming from a dude that defends this shithole genre more than I probably should. Alright, so what makes a solid degenerate anime? Some of y'all might be thinking that the chicks in the show, and I mean, yeah, the female cast is pretty important. Others might be thinking fan service, which, I mean, that's fair. It's probably why you'd be watching a show in the genre in the first place. This will probably sound weird as shit, but hear me out. To me, the most important factor is the kind of protagonist you go for. To me, how the main character acts during the show and how he interacts with the cast as a whole makes or breaks the show. Off the top, some examples of good degen anime protagonists would be like Arata from Trinity 7, Belle Cranell from Danmachi, Juinichi from the Gao anime, and like Issei from DxD. These dudes all match the tone of their shows and have entertaining interactions with members of the show. Their personalities differ, ranging from like cool playboy to straight up losers and just an overall good guy. So as long as your protagonist isn't completely unbearable and matches the tone of the show, it'll probably be a good degen anime. That's the problem I have with girlfriend though. It's a degen anime that doesn't really know what it wants to be, so in turn the male lead here ends up kind of being annoying and hard to watch. Mukai Naoya is the main character and he's just kind of odd. He's a good guy to a fault, which in turn makes him end up as kind of a freak, to be honest. At the start of the show, he's dating his childhood friend Saki, and we see that he's apparently elated to be doing so, but he then gets confessed to by Nagisa, who at this point is just a random chick, and he feels so bad about rejecting her that he decides to date both girls, hence the name girlfriend. From that, you'd think, homie's gonna be a playboy, except not really, because he asks his girlfriend for permission to cheat on her and she agrees for whatever reason. And for the rest of the show, dude is always like, I'm such an ass for cheating, so I better make sure to keep both girls happy, you know, cause he's nice to a fault. And that leads to him making some of the most brain dead decisions I've ever seen. As the story progresses, of course, he stumbles along the way, which ends up causing drama, which makes up the majority of the series. That and just hiding the state of the relationship in general is literally what the entire show is. Throughout that though, he ends up meeting Mirika, a girl who ends up falling for him and confesses. You'd think that he'd be like, hey, fuck it, I'm already cheating, might as well add another. But he doesn't date her because dating another girl would be wrong. That's the entire show, by the way. The whole show was literally just Saki being like, oh, will Nagisa be okay with being number 2? But will Naoya fall for her more? While Mirika tries to date him in the background. And dude, I know it's moronic to complain about plot regarding a degenerate show, but like bro, this is pushing it. It's literally a drag to get through because there ain't jack shit happening, which is usually fine, but the characters in the show are just lame as shit. The fucking Gao anime had a similar problem, but at least Junichi's friend group kept it interesting. And I guess he did have like the whole actually falling for the girl storyline going for him. With this, you just watch the characters awkwardly interact and just live their daily lives. To me, the biggest problem and one of the main reasons the show is a drag is the protagonist Naoya. Like I mentioned earlier, dude's whole thing is that he's a good guy, which is fine, it can work for a show in this genre, like Alto from Vermilion Gold, which is airing currently. But Naoya is such a good guy that he acts like a moron as a result. Like he actually doesn't have any other traits at all. All you get from him is goody two shoes or moron. An example would be that he's dog shit at hiding his relationship for Saki's sake, because he feels bad about not including Nagisa in couple activities. His general incompetence makes this kind of a drag to watch, because it's not really like funny per se, and with me at least, kind of just left me wondering things like, why is this even a scene, or why is this dude on my screen right now? He's like the whitest of knights, and it's annoying as shit to watch. Another problem I think the show has is a lack of identity. Let me explain. Yeah, it's a degen show, but what kind is it trying to be? There are multiples like shonen-esque battle harems, comedy rom-com type of shows, or something just deplorable that makes you question your humanity. Shows in the genre tend to have a vibe or a lane they try to strive to hit. With girlfriend, I don't really know what it's trying to be. It attempts to do a couple different concepts sporadically, but never really fully commits on anything. For example, it'll play off a joke about Saki being into NTR and leans a little bit into just being deplorable. But that's it. It's literally just like, haha, guys, we mentioned NTR, that's funny, right? That's cool. And then they go back to like mundane slice of life stuff. Or they'll lean into like harem concepts, like, oh look, Mirika, look, she's like this fan servicey girl, woo, and then nothing happens with her. I get that this is a degenerate show, but even so, bro, it's gotta do better. If it doesn't want to be a shit-stained show, that's fine, but I feel like it should at least pick a lane. It kind of just does the bare minimum in a couple different categories and nothing much else. It's not worse than Run a Girlfriend or anything like that, but it's just kind of mundane. Like, it somehow manages to be a generic and degenerate show, which is wild to me considering the concept. I can totally see some of its appeal, I guess, and maybe it'd be a decent introductory show for the genre. Like I said, it doesn't do a whole lot and it might not be like that off-putting if you're just barely getting into it. But yeah, it's literally just cuck me please, the show, but it's not as funny or deplorable as you'd imagine it to be. Off the title alone, it showed promise of being a funny shithole show to watch, but it kind of just wasn't what I thought it'd be, and it limits itself greatly with Naya as a protagonist. That, and it's okay with being one of the most generic harems imaginable, which is crazy since the guy's dating 2 chicks. Like, bro, how do you fuck up and fumble that concept? A saving grace for a problem like this will usually be the chicks in the show. With a good female cast, you at least have people falling and simping over the chicks like people do Mizuhara, but to be honest, they're just kinda lame and generic. Naya's childhood friend and first lover is Saki, who's literally just a tsundere. No other character trait or anything, other than I guess she's sporty or something, but it literally does not matter at all. Her character design is also just bland, which I mean, it's kind of the case for everyone here. They all look like stock anime characters, which isn't usually a problem for me, but like, bro, at least have something going for you. I think a big portion or a big part of the reason why they look kind of generic is the art style. This is made by the same author of Ahoguro. His previous designs, like on Ahoguro, the art style, I mean, it just has like this certain charm to it. The current one for Girlfriend, it just looks, I don't know, like too shiny, maybe like, it's not chibi because they're not like that, but it just looks, I don't know how to explain it. Like here, just compare the two. I just don't like how it looks in comparison to his previous work, if that makes sense. That's kind of off topic. Going back to the characters of the show, Nagisa, who's the second love interest, is more of the same. She's a generic shy girl who has to build up the courage to not be left behind and try and be number one. Like, bro, she's actually boring as fuck. Lastly, there's Mirika, and to me, she's the sole good thing about the show. She actually has a pretty okay character arc, and we see her fall for Naya and how much of a good guy he is. She's the most diverse chick here, being that she's a YouTuber and has goals and aspirations for her channel and wants to be her own person. She's probably the most daring chick and is kind of the main source of fan service from what I remember. The other chicks have their own fan service as well. I'm pretty sure they wear like bunny suits or some shit at some point, but that's besides the point. Mirika is kind of an airhead at times, but she's probably the best character here. Design wise, she's still kind of generic, but I mean, that's just kind of a fault that everyone in the series has. But yeah, with her, we at least get like some romance anime plots in there as we see her fall for Naya in like a natural way, I guess. And yeah, there's one more chick in the show, and she's basically like the main antagonist, I guess. Her name is Shino, and she's Saki's best friend. She's a human being and doesn't want her friend to get cucked, and is inquisitive about her relationship and the other girls surrounding Naya. She's kind of whatever. I don't think she likes Naya or anything from what I remember. The good thing about her though is that she at least moves what the show calls a plot forwards and just affects the story, I guess. Problem with her is that she doesn't show up like that from what I remember. It's been a while, like I saw this when it first aired and I haven't seen it since, so I'm literally just going off memory. But I'm pretty sure she just shows up here and there like sporadically. She's not like a main character, at least from what I remember in this season. Anyways, that's basically all I really gotta say about the show. Maybe it's a bit too bitchy about it, but like, bro, it just baffles me how you fuck up the execution of an idea like this. I don't know, I guess I was just expecting more, especially since it's by Hiroyuki, who again is the author of Ahoguro, which I mean, Ahoguro was a pretty decent show. But yeah, it's still watchable. It's not like unbearable to sit through or anything. But like I said, I was literally just expecting more from it. It just kind of let me down. This isn't like the worst degenerate anime of all time, or like the worst anime of all time, or anything like wild like that. It's literally just kind of mid. But yeah, putting that aside, I'm making an attempt to be more consistent, so expect another video soonish. And yeah, for sure, like, comment, subscribe, and pass the video and channel around. I'm trying to grow, so that'll be lit. And yeah, that's about it. Later.